Welcome to the American Railroading Podcast, brought to you by the Revolution Rail Group, live from the great state of Texas. Join us as we educate, entertain, and explore the world of American railroading. Here's your host, industry veteran, Don Walsh.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the American Railroading Podcast. I am your host, Don Walsh, President and CEO of the Revolution Rail Group, the anchor sponsor for the American Railroading Podcast. We're a consulting and brokering firm in the railcar industry. So if you need any kind of consulting work, whether it's process flow analysis, market analysis, if you want me to come cut your grass, I'll do that too. You can reach out to us today. You can also contact us about brokering services. So any help needing us to buy, sell, lease, or sublease rail cars for you, we can do that as well. You can reach out to us today at 844-455-3434 or info@therevolutionrailgroup.com. You can also check out our full suite of services on our website at therevolutionrailgroup.com. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We're going to be airing this episode just after Thanksgiving, so you can listen to us while you're doing your Christmas shopping and spending lots and lots of money at the stores. And so I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with family and friends and got in a good nap after your smoked turkey and all the football games. So now it's time to celebrate Christmas, my favorite time of the year. Some of you, I know this is true. Some of you had your Christmas trees up since Halloween. Don't lie to me. I know you have. You know who you are. Don't make me call you out. But that's okay, because it's a wonderful time of the year. So why not enjoy it for as long as you possibly can? Thanks to all of you. We continue to be in the top 10% of all podcasts globally, which is a total blessing. We've now been downloaded in 60 countries around the world. We've added a couple more on since our last episode, on 38 different platforms, Apple being number one, Spotify being number two. Our all-time downloads are U.S. number one, Canada number two, Australia number three. And for this last month, we had U.S. number one, Canada is back in second place. Australia is tied with U.K. for third. And can I just say, and I find this awesome, I watch these numbers month to month, and Canada, Australia, and UK, you guys fight for second place and flip-flop every month, and I love to see it. So keep doing it, keep sharing, keep fighting for second place. I love it, love it, love it. So hello to our new friends in Armenia and Thailand, as well as our friends in Singapore, the Netherlands, and Costa Rica. Please continue to download, subscribe, share, and leave us reviews. Reviews are so important. I know I say it every episode, but those 5-star reviews really help us. Helps us to get us out into the interwebs on the algorithms, which I don't know much about, but that's just how it works. So the more you leave us 5-star reviews, the more we get out there for more people to enjoy us and find out about us. If you liked what you heard on the podcast, you can also buy us a cup of coffee. So you can go to our website at americanrailroading.net. You'll see a little yellow coffee cup in the bottom left-hand corner. You can click on that and you can buy us 1 cup, 3 cups, 5 cups, or however many cups of coffee you would like. It's like leaving us a tip for doing a good job. So thank you for those of you that have and those of you that will. Don't forget, we have our own YouTube channel as well. So you can watch our videos if you like video versus audio, especially this episode. We're going to have lots of fun stuff in the video. You can go to our website at americanrailroading.net and click on the videos tab, or you can go to our YouTube channel at YouTube at American Railroading Podcast. Again, that's YouTube at American Railroading Podcast. Please be sure to check out our online store, especially at the holidays. There's lots of good stuff in there between challenge coins, hoodies, hats. No gloves yet. Might do that next year. But lots of stuff to keep you warm during the holidays and for your loved ones as well. So again, you can go to our website at americanrailroading.net and click on the stores tab and shop to your heart's desire. Thanks to you, we're continuing to see tremendous increases in audio and video downloads, as well as an increase in YouTube subscribers. So in the last 12 months, this is crazy, we've seen an increase of 276% in audio downloads alone. Another 150% increase in YouTube subscribers, 180% increase in video watch time, with a consistent increase month over month. Last month, October 2025, we crushed our record for highest downloads thanks to each and every one of you. So if you're a business out there and you're interested in promoting your brand, now is a good time to become a podcast sponsor of the American Railroading Podcast. We have platinum sponsorship levels, gold sponsorship levels, silver sponsorship levels available. So if you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the American Railroading Podcast, please reach out to us today at marketing@americanrailroading.net. Again, that's marketing@americanrailroading.net. So Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I'm sure it is for many of you as well. And last year was our first Christmas episode ever. And thanks to you, it was our number one downloaded episode of the year. And so I know we're going to see the same kind of results this year with our guest for today. This is our second annual Christmas special. I am so excited. My guest and I have talked about this for almost a year. So I'm really excited to have her on today and celebrate Christmas with us. It's really nice to take a break from the regular day-to-day and regular episodes that we do to celebrate Christmas together. So I'm glad we're able to do it with you. My guest for this Christmas is going to help us celebrate. And my guest for today is award-winning country music artist and my friend, Bri Bagwell. So let me tell you a little bit about Bri, and it's a lot. So I may have to take a break for a drink of water here as I go through all of the accomplishments that she has. I'm so happy to brag on her. So born and raised in Las Cruces, New Mexico, Bri Bagwell's musical journey began early, writing poems and learning piano before joining her twin brother's band at just 14 years old. I don't know what I was doing at 14, but it certainly wasn't anything as cool as that. After high school, Bri moved to Austin to attend the University of Texas and majored in marketing. It was there that she picked up the guitar for the first time and quickly found herself immersed in the city's rich musical fabric. Following graduation, Bri worked in marketing briefly before her passion for the performing arts pulled her fully into her musical career. Bri released her album Band in 2011 from Santa Fe and has built a loyal and ever-expanding fan base drawn to her honest lyrics, hard-hitting hooks, and undeniable stage presence, which I can attest to. She is wonderful on stage. As a songwriter, Bri was signed to Sony ATV Music Publishing in Nashville from 2012 to 2015. She has performed on syndicated TV events such as NBC's Lone Star New Year's Eve, along with legends and contemporaries alike, including Willie Nelson, Miranda Lambert, Dwight Yoakam, Robert Earl Keen, Kacey Musgraves, Reckless Kelly, and more. People magazine raves, Bagwell increasingly finds her name being mentioned amongst country music truth-tellers such as Ashley McBryde and Morgan Wade. Now based in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas. If you've never been to New Braunfels, you need to go, especially at the holidays. I imagine it's gorgeous. Bri continues to blaze her own path, balancing a fiery spirit and fearless authenticity with an unwavering connection to her roots. Now, hopefully I'm not going to get the pronunciation of this album wrong. And Bri, if I do, I'm so sorry. But I've been practicing. So Bri's 2022 full-length album released Corazon y Cabeza, Heart and Head, showcases the duality that defines her sharp songwriting that hits both the heart and the head, wrapped in undeniably country sound. The album spawned 3 Texas chart toppers, including the song Trenches, which earned her the Music Video of the Year award at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Current Texas Female Artist of the Decade, which is amazing, and 9-time Female Vocalist of the Year, Bri Bagwell is a force to be reckoned with on the Texas country music scene and beyond. With 14 number one singles in Texas country radio, but now I believe it's 15 as of this month, number one singles on the Texas country music radio, a string of acclaimed albums, and an impressive touring schedule averaging 100 shows a year. She's so busy. Bri has earned her place as one of the most respected artists in today's country music landscape. And with that, I say, Bri, welcome to the American Railroading Podcast.
Hello. That was a great job. Thank you. That's too many things.
Well, it's all things you've done, so it's incredible. And I'm proud to call you my friend.
Aw, that's so nice. Well, I'm happy to be here. Glad we finally made this work.
Yes, it's been a year in the making, and I'm happy that we're all getting together. And I know our audience is going to be thrilled as well. So I did forget to add one thing. You're probably going to laugh at me for this. I did forget to add one thing on your bio, and that's that you're an amazing softball player at charity events.
Oh my gosh, the worst. I never swung a bat until they asked me. That was Cody Jinks' softball tournament. He asked me to come play, and I never swung a bat in my life. I've been an athlete. I played volleyball on the club team at UT in college, and whatever, it was 5A volleyball player of the year. A lot of people don't know that about me. But I never swung a bat. And then I hit the ball the first time I went up to bat, and I was so surprised that I hit the ball that I ran right past first base. So there's a picture of me on the internet somewhere where I'm diving backwards into first base, like just in the dirt. It wasn't my finest moment, but also I wasn't, it wasn't my worst moment. I expected to swing and have the bat go off into the outer space. So it could have been better, but it could have been worse. And it was really, really fun.
And it was all for charity. So that's all that matters.
I mean, that's the point that I had to remind myself is this is all for a good cause. So,
and it made for great stories years later.
I got to meet a bunch of, Astros players and Haley Kinsel, who's an amazing barrel racer, one of the top barrel racers in the world. Her and I got to hang out, and it was just, of course, all my music buddies, and it was a great time. So I'm always trying to do things where I can give back, but I don't know about softball. I'm going to have to go to the batting cages before the next round.
Well, I want to talk about how we met because I think it's kind of funny. And we're going to post a picture of it here too. Hopefully, you're okay with that. It's a fun picture from Do-Si Do, which is for people that don't know, it's a music venue here in the Woodlands, Texas, an amazing venue. And we're going to talk about that some more as we go too, as well. But you were doing an event, and I had bought 2 tickets. I was trying to get someone to go with me. Everybody was tied up. I think it might've been on a Sunday. It was on a night that most of my friends couldn't go. And I texted my friend Debbie Glenn, who owns Red Brick Tavern here with her husband. And they have music pretty much every night of the week. And so I texted her to see if maybe her and her husband Darren would be able to come join me. And they weren't able to come. And I told her I was coming to see. And she said, I know Bri, tell her I said hi. And so I figured, okay. I was thinking a couple different things. So most people know I'm a chairman with Boots for Troops. And I'm always thinking of who we can get to come and join us for our concert in the country, which is our largest fundraiser every year. And I wanted to ask you, I'm like, how do I do that? And then that was kind of a way in, was knowing Debbie. And I'm like, okay, that'll work. So when I got there, I didn't want to do it at your merch table because that's your time to do what we deal with your fans selling merch. So I bought the ticket for the meet and greet. I figured this is a great opportunity, right? So the concert's over. Great job. Amazing. Blew me away, which I knew you would. And it was my first time seeing you live. And so I went upstairs for the meet and greet, and I was so nervous. And I made sure to say hi. And then I just somehow stumbled through who I was, that I was with Boots for Troops, that Debbie Glenn says hi. And between that and the fact that I said Boots for Troops, you were in. I barely had a chance to even say what the event was. You're like, I'm in. Just send me the schedule. And that was it. And you were so nice. And we'd never met before. And we've been friends ever since. And it was almost like we knew each other all along. That's just who you are. So I just want to thank you for that and making it such a great experience for me as well.
Oh, of course. And that's, what a great organization and what a great thing that you guys do. And when you can combine music with any sort of charity, it's kind of the best of both worlds, and then Boots for Troops, just talking about it, they had me do a little video for the troops. And it's, man, you really think about, you guys are fighting so we can all be at this beautiful concert outside in Texas I played there on Friday night with Shenandoah this last year, and how incredible the crowd was. Just so nice, so patriotic. It was just a really good, heartwarming vibe. So thanks for asking me to do that. I appreciate that. I think that was still when we weren't doing as many meet and greets because of COVID.
Yep.
Right. So I don't know. Now we're getting back to kind of trying to sign until the last person, but that's almost killing me too. I love to meet everybody, but the last one I did it was 2.5 hours. And by the time I got out of there, I was like, oh my gosh, it's, I got to make sure I'm taking care of my mental health. But part of my mental health is hearing all of the people's stories. And everyone has a story about one of my songs, or, they know some of my friends, like you knew Debbie. And so it's the most fun for me to interact with people that are at my shows. So I just want to make a point of saying that, because if you come to my shows, I really still try to meet everybody to the last person.
And I've seen it myself. So that is absolutely true. And I have to admit, so you mentioned Shenandoah. I had a total fanboy moment this year. So usually at these events, I'm so busy, I don't have a chance to say hi to anybody. I got a chance to come backstage and say hi to you and Whiskey. And then I was coming back to VIP because one of my volunteers needed some help. And I saw that they had the back screen set up with Boots for Troops for pictures with Shenandoah for a meet and greet. And I'm like, man, I missed them last time. I saw them play, but I didn't get a chance to say hello last time, which was, I think, 2022. And so I went backstage, and Jimmy Rogers, one of the co-founders of Boots for Troops, along with his wife, Lindsay, was there. And he said, Donnie, you want to step in and take a picture? I'm like, no, that's for the fans. He's like, well, we're done. So if you want to step in. And I looked at the guys, and they looked at me, and I said, I'm in. So I ran and jumped in. We'll put that up on the screen too. I jumped in for the picture with Shenandoah, and I said, I love you guys. And they looked at me totally sincerely. I'll never forget the looks on their faces. They said, we love you too. And they meant it. And you could tell that they meant it. And they said, thank you for all you do with Boots for Troops. And it was so much fun. And I took my picture, and I smiled the rest of the night. And like you said, the crowd was amazing. Thanks to you. I mean, the performance between you and Shenandoah and Cameron Marie, I believe, as well. You all did a great job. So thank you for all you do for all the charity events. And so I don't know how you find the time to do it, but you always seem to. So thank you.
Well, it was worth it for me too, because I walked down and Marty was holding my dog.
Nice.
Like, it was crazy. Like, Shenandoah, they have your dog. I'll just send you the picture. It's so cute. He's just like, and then he prayed over our whole band. It was really incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I know. Great people. We all left there thinking, man, we gotta step it up. They were the greatest. They were so kind and so nice, and they've been doing it forever, and they're just still as nice and kind as they always were, and talented. What a great concert that was. If you can see Shenandoah now, whew, don't miss it.
I agree. And don't miss Bri either. And
yeah, that's right.
So what got you into music in the first place?
I think I just always had a musical family. I've been surrounded by it. My aunts all sing and play, and my dad and mom sing and play. And my mom played a little bit of lap steel. My uncle had a band. And then I don't know, it just was always around. So I'm not going to say that my family doesn't think it's special that what I do, that they've been supportive. I have an amazing family. I've said it sometimes where it's come across a little bit wrong, and that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that when I go home, everyone can play and sing, and we all sing together, and that's very special for us. But what started the actual performing professionally was my brothers. I have two brothers, and they are identical twins, and they are 7 years older than me. So they started a band when they were in college. They were 21 and I was 14, and I started playing in the honky tonks when I was 14 years old and singing and playing. And my parents were kind of like, I'm not really sure we should be letting her sing in the honky tonks, but they did. And I was hooked ever since. And so that's how I got started. And I was writing songs about then too, 13, 14 years old, starting to write my own songs and play my own songs live, which is wild to think that I was doing that at that age.
Yeah, because the rest of us weren't at all.
Well, I don't know. I just met a young girl the other day. She's 12, and she, was kind of looking for some advice. I said, 12 years old, she already played guitar better than I didn't even pick up a guitar till I was 18. I taught myself how to play piano on a little dusty keyboard in my parents' garage, and they said, she can do this, and I just loved it, and it kind of made sense in my brain. And so they bought me a piano at a church auction, a used upright piano, and they still have that in their house. That's my favorite piano. And I taught myself how to play and write songs on that. So I picked up a guitar because it was much more portable, and it's a lot easier to carry around, but piano has my heart.
Aw. And you do play it throughout your shows, which I love.
I didn't for a long time. I went through a phase of a lot of self-doubt, as we do as artists, and one previous band member had said something to me that kind of got in my head a little bit. And I think now looking back, it's that they didn't want to set it up.
Oh my God.
Like, it's kind of a pain to lug it in and set it up if I'm only doing it for a few songs. And 99% of the band members I've ever had are still my best friends. This was kind of a bad apple, but anyway, I would play it, and the keyboard, the power cord ended up breaking, and I could never replace it. And it just kind of became this saga. And I thought maybe I'm just not supposed to be playing piano on stage anyway. And a bunch of my fans, primarily one named Tim out of San Antonio, Texas, got together and bought me a new keyboard for the stage. And they said, we really miss you playing piano on stage. Please bring it back. So since then, I've been playing piano more on stage, and the comments have been amazing, and the things that my peers say about it, and the things that Paul will say about my piano playing and stuff. It's really important as artists. We get so much good feedback, and for some reason, the negative feedback really sticks with us, and that's a constant struggle for all of us. But try not to let stuff get in your head. I'm just saying that as anybody that's listening in general, because there are millions of people who have supported me and said nice things to me, and for some reason the negative ones I cut through, and I'm working on shifting my mindset and getting out of that, and I'm going to play the piano, I'm going to wear the dress, I'm not going to overthink it too much, if that makes sense.
It totally does. And I deal with that too, even though I'm just a podcaster. You're putting something out there that means something to you, and you don't know how anybody's going to react. But and I want to share this. I don't know if I'm going to get it right, but I was reading something Sylvester Stallone was telling his daughter. I think she was starting a podcast, and she was wondering, what if people don't like it? And he said, honey, do what you want to do. Don't worry about the rest of the people. Just do what you want to do and put it out there. And that's how I look at it. And thankfully we have a lot of positive feedback. We only get some comments that, ask us to make some changes and stuff. But I can tell you, as someone who's followed you now for a few years, keep doing what you're doing. Everything you do is amazing. So you just keep doing what you're doing.
Too much. I got too many irons in the fire. I have a meeting with my team after this. You know that. And I'm like, we got to take something off the plate. The plate is overflowing, and I'm very grateful for that. But I just want to do all of these different things, and I love being on the road, and that's my favorite thing. But everything kind of changed since COVID. So now I'm also a podcaster, and I'm involved in clothing collections. I'm just a bunch of different things. So now I'm trying to look at 2026 as the year that I'm focusing on what I want to do and keeping more of the money for myself instead of spending it and giving it away to so many people at this point in my life. It's a reevaluation year for me. And I don't know if you feel this way, but I mean, we're at the end of the year where I'm kind of having all these meetings wrapping up, and I'm reflecting on what was good for me and what was not good for me. And I read a book by Rachel Hollis that says to go through your calendar every single day and truly evaluate the things that went well for you and the things that made you happy and the things that didn't make you happy. And, even for me, sometimes that's venues. Like, for example, a Do-Si-Do. I leave Do-Si-Do on top of the world. I make great money. The fans are great. I sell a lot of merch. The venue owners and the venue staff is wonderful. And it's like we have the freedom more so than we realize to evaluate what's making us happy and what's not making us happy. And before COVID, we didn't do that as much. We kind of just were like, let's hit the highway. I used to play 200 shows a year, which is insane. And now hearing you talk about my bio where I'm playing 100, it's like, yes, I'm really paring down to quality over quantity. 100 is still a lot. So maybe next year we can get down to like 90 and really focus on making it a better show and evaluating what's important to me and what makes me happy. And also what makes me money. That's important too.
That is important. That's why you do this. Well, that and the passion for it. So who were your musical influences growing up? And have you gotten to meet any of them?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have been lucky enough. I mean, I just got to meet Shenandoah. We were talking about that. I love 90s country, Terry Clark, Vince Gill, who I've gotten to meet multiple times, and he was incredibly nice. But my parents also loved Johnny Cash, who is my grandma, and Johnny Cash was second cousin. So we're actually related, which is wild. That Willie Whalen, I got to open for Willie Nelson. Let's see, 2019, I think. And he actually signed one of these guitars that's sitting right here. So I had to retire that one. It lives at home now. But I've gotten to meet Willie, who's a huge influence. I would say Dolly Parton is one of my biggest influences as well. Never met her, but you never know. And then along came Miranda Lambert, who I've gotten to meet, who's been just really kind, gotten to open for her once or twice maybe. And she's been incredible. So, but my parents also loved like Fleetwood Mac. And so I think you hear a lot of that creeping into my music. So a bunch of different genres.
And the Willie Nelson guitar is something to keep forever. Forever.
Yeah, well, I was playing it on stage. Let me see if I was playing it on stage, and that wasn't a good sound. My PR team, they said, what are you doing? Put that guitar down, hang it on the wall. And so I did. I retired it. And then Martin Guitar, they do PR for Martin Guitar out of Nashville. I mean, Martin's not from there, but my PR team is from there. And they just mailed me a new guitar that's kind of a replica of that one to take on the road. And so far, they haven't asked me for any money. So Martin Guitar, thank you for for that. Or else I'd still be playing a Willie Nelson signed guitar, which I should not be doing. So.
And anyone that's watched my podcast before, I usually have a Martin 12 string sitting right here where my Christmas tree is. So love a good Martin. I've had my Martin student guitar, since I was 13 years old.
Oh, I love Martin guitars. And I mean, my boyfriend, he's really into Collings guitars. And of course, I have a bunch of friends who are into Gibsons, but I can't say enough good things about the craftsmanship of a Martin, and especially for my voice and my style. I don't know. Big Martin guitar fan over here. I have a fleet of Martins, so I think I have 4 or 5 now.
As you should.
Thank you.
So in addition to your incredible music career, you're also the creator and host of a hit podcast, Only Vans. And for those of you clutching your pearls right now, I want to make sure I spell that out as Only Vans, V-A-N-S. This is a family show, after all. Your podcast is consistently in the top 10 for all podcasts globally. So congratulations on that. That is amazing. You share behind the scenes look at country music life on the road. You've had guests such as Dale Brisby, Sarah Hobbs, Sundance Head, who's a local boy, Cody Canada, who I've seen live several times. He's really, really good. People may know him from Cross Canadian Ragweed, along with his wife, Shannon. Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup, Willie Braun, Reckless Kelly, Rick Trevino, and comedian Steve Trevino, and more. And hopefully I pronounced Steve's last name correctly, Trevino. What can you tell us about the podcast, Only Vans, and a little bit about behind the scenes aspect of it?
Yeah, I think the podcast was something that I didn't really see myself doing, but my old tour manager, Kyle, he produces the podcast. He produces another podcast, and he said, I'll do all the work if you just get the guests and do the hosting. And I said, okay. So we gave it a try for about 6 months before we even aired any to see if it was something we wanted to do. And we were originally filming it in the front seat of my Sprinter van. So we were packed in there. We had mic stands, and it was crazy. Now we've expanded to my RV, which still has the front end of a van. But I think the thing that's the most exciting for me about this podcast is that it's felt really effortless, because it's just, Willie Brown from Reckless Kelly, and we're talking about Steamboat, and we're talking about our favorite stories from Music Fest where we're jumping in the snow, or where, just he got to jam with Tom Petty, or it's all the behind the scenes kind of talk where I'm with Courtney Patton and we're talking about us all skinny dipping in a pool. Not me. I wasn't all the way naked. Okay. So, but just things that I think people would be interested in hearing, that are funny, that we could just chit chat about as friends rather than a formal interview, so to speak. And so it's been really fun getting to know my friends on an even deeper level, and maybe for providing some insight, because they feel really comfortable with me about kind of how gross the music business can be and how crazy it can be, but also how beautiful it can be. It's not a total negative podcast, but we have a lot of fun. We have laughed and laughed and laughed. And I just had John Wolfe on there. So, I mean, a bunch of amazing, really big guests coming out soon.
Well, and I love it. I am a listener. One of my favorite episodes is with you and your honey, as you call him, Paul Eason, who is also a musician and plays with the band The Wilder Blue. So do you have a favorite episode so far?
Oh my gosh, this is really tough. It's so hard, because I feel like the ones I've done recently, I'm just such a big Rick Trevino fan. I mean, I cannot believe it was like Mr. Bobby and Mason sitting right there. And that one was really great. I've known Rick a long time. I've been such a fan. I grew up singing his music, but now we're friends. But it still was surreal to talk to him about his journey. And he brought a bottle of wine and a bottle of whiskey as gifts. And he wrote me this note. It was so unbelievable. And we just laughed. And that one, I was actually a little bit nervous for that one. But that may be my favorite one, just because 90s country is why I wanted to be a singer, really, And so having one of my heroes just sit beside me and bring me a bottle of wine was it doesn't get any better than that.
No, that is amazing. And we've talked about vans now. So let's talk about trains, being a train podcast and all. I guess we should do that. There's over, believe it or not, 800 known songs about trains of all genres, according to the internet. And the internet's never wrong, of course. My favorite train song is Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues. And I was going to ask you if it was true that I'd heard that in one of your podcast episodes, you talked about Johnny Cash being related. And obviously it is. So that is really neat. Is there a train song that you'd like to play for us today?
Yeah, I would. This is one of those songs that you think until I sat down to see if I could play it this morning. I'm like, well, I don't know as well as I thought I did, but I'm going to play it anyway because... And also, if you think about all the train songs that people haven't even released yet, I bet there's a lot more than 800. But we lost Todd Snider last week, which is just heartbreaking. He has such an influence on our genre. And so I'm playing this song, and a lot of people know the Robert Earl Keen version, but it's a great tune. Smoking long black Cadillac, the engine's winding down. He parked it up on the sidewalk like he owned the whole damn town. I'd hear him talking to some chick through a thick ghost of smoke, through a thicker haze of southern comfort and cold. Girl, you're harder than a engine hanging off the gates of hell. Don't be afraid to turn to me, babe, if he don't treat you well. And by he meant me, so I laughed and shook his hand. And He laughed a little bit louder as he'd yell up at the band, play a train song. Pour me one more round, make 'em leave my boots on the day they lay me down. I may run away, locomotive out of my one-track mind. Play a train song, play a train song. Got this old black leather jacket, got this pack of Marlboro Reds, got this stash here in my pocket, got these thoughts in my own head. The right to run until I've gotta walk or till I've gotta crawl. This moment that I'm in right now, nothing else at all. Oh, play a train song and pour me one more round. Make 'em leave my boots on the day they lay me down. I may run away, locomotive out of my one-track mind. Play a train song, play a train song. In the television, blizzard lights, we looked around his place. We found him cold there on the sofa, little smile across his face. Though I tried with all of my sadness, somehow I could not weep. For a man who looked to me like he lay laughing in his sleep, singing a train song and drinking one last round. We made him leave his boots on the day they laid him down. He was a runaway locomotive out of his one-track mind. Play a train song, play a train song, play a train song, play a train song. It was supposed to say like he died laughing in his sleep, and it like made me choke up a little bit, and I almost cried. So sorry, Todd Snider. I sang a wrong word, but it made me teary.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
And it's understandable, and we lost a great one. So I'll definitely be keeping his family in my prayers during this holiday season, because I know it's going to be tough for them. So.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And what an influence he had on so many people, and I never got to meet him, so that's a bummer. But yeah, sorry about that. Wrong word in there. Maybe John, you can punch it.
No, we're keeping that.
Okay,
we're keeping that.
Todd's over there like rolling over. He's like, what the heck? Bri Bagwell, sing the right words. Sing the right words.
But it was for all the right reasons. So
yeah. Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break here for just a moment and recognize our gold sponsor, EnviroServe. EnviroServe is America's premier provider of comprehensive, reliable, effective, and eco-friendly environmental solutions for the rail industry. Their rail services include mobile rail car cleaning, flaring, interior blasting and transloading, removal and replacement of tank car service equipment, and leak testing, complete HAZ and non-HAZ waste handling, management, remediation, and disposal services, 24/7 emergency spill response, and more. To learn more, please visit their website at www.enviroserve.com. Okay, well, let's get into why we're all here today, and that's to celebrate Christmas. So, and by the way, Whiskey, I see Whiskey hiding behind you there. For those of you watching on YouTube, there's Whiskey taking a nap there, listening to us chat. What would you say is your favorite Christmas song, and would you like to play one for us?
I'd love to play one for you. I'm gonna move all my gear over here, but my favorite Christmas song is Blue Christmas, which sorry, we got some bags. The background isn't as good over here. Blue Christmas, which I did record. So I have a version of Blue Christmas out. I actually came out with an EP called Red or Green, which is a play on words, because in New Mexico, where I'm from, red or green is an enchilada question. You want red or green, or, what color sauce. And so Red or Green is obviously Christmas. So I came out with, I think, 4 or 5 songs on that EP, and I put Blue Christmas on there, which is my favorite Christmas song. But I thought, since I have my piano here, I'd go ahead and play you And there's a bathroom in my back. Sorry, we don't have doors on our new house yet. So
it's a work in process.
Yeah, we are. We're doing it ourselves. So all this shiplap that you see behind me, like me and Paul did that completely ourselves. So if you don't like my background, you can whatever, because I hung up every bit of that shiplap. So, but this one is called Cowboy Christmas Eve, and I wrote this with my cousin Kip, and my dad actually helped write this, and so it's a duet, but it's called Cowboy Christmas Eve. Come in, cowboy, the horses are fed, and our little girl has gone to bed. It's Christmas Eve, you've worked hard all day. It's time to toss your worries away. So kick off your boots, come dance with me. Let's waltz around the Christmas tree. Your love can be your gift to me. It's a cowboy Christmas Eve. Hang your hat, cowboy, and give me a kiss. Well, I've always dreamed of a Christmas like this. It's quiet and peaceful as the fire burns low. And oh look, it's starting to snow. So kick off your boots, come dance with me. Let's waltz around the Christmas tree. Your love can be your gift to me. It's a cowboy Christmas Eve. So good night, cowboy. Thanks for the dance. And this ranch is giving us another chance. I'll remember this Christmas for the rest of my life, and always be thankful I'm a cowboy's wife. And kick off your boots, come dance with me. Let's waltz around the Christmas tree. Your love can be your gift to me. It's a cowboy Christmas Eve. It's a cowboy Christmas Eve. Something like that.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I absolutely love
It's
that.
fun.
And you did a duet with Paul, your honey.
I did.
Called Please Come Home for Christmas, which is one of my favorite songs. And what was it like recording a duet with Paul?
Great. I mean, we record a lot together now. So he actually recorded in our home studio, which is what you see now. Border Girl, The Rescue, Please Come Home for Christmas. All of that was recorded entirely. He did all of it, including play all the instruments, which is really amazing. So people say, why don't you do that more? And it's like, well, he's on the road all the time. I'm on the road all the time. It's really hard to get us both in the same room at the same time, but it's fun recording with him, and I convinced him to do a Christmas song. It's hard. Every one of the best singers you ever have heard in your life has sang all the great songs, but for some reason fans still want to hear, my version of Blue Christmas or whatever. And so I'm really thankful people are still adding that to their playlists. And so I have about 5 or 6 Christmas songs out now, so you can go stream them all. Put them on your playlist, please. It really helps.
Absolutely. And we're going to take a listen to this now. So here's Bri and Paul with their duet, Please Come Home for Christmas.
Bells will be ringing, the sad, sad news. Oh, have no friends, and to wish me greetings once again. Choirs will be singing Silent Night, Christmas carols by candlelight. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. And if not for Christmas, by New Year's night.
Friends and relations sing salutations, sure as the stars shine above. But this is Christmas, Christmas, my dear, the time of year to be with the one you love.
So won't you tell me you'll never more roam Christmas and New Year's will find you home. There'll be no more sorrow and no grief and pain, and I'll be happy, happy once again.
Oh, there'll be no more sorrow, no
Grief and pain, and I'll be happy Christmas once again.
At Christmas time, as you know, many families like to adopt and rescue puppies and bring them home for their forever home. You've adopted, or I should say rescued. This is interesting because I've always wondered if I rescued my dog Foxy or if she rescued me. And I've always said that. So you've rescued a dog named Whiskey, which we see Whiskey's head poking around the corner there. And she's at every show with you. I've met her several times, and you wrote a song dedicated to her called The Rescue, which topped the Texas charts at #1 and also raised funds for local charities. So can you tell us a little bit about The Rescue?
Yeah, she takes up 90% of my office chair now. I don't get any of my own chair anymore. So I'm amazed that I played 2 songs without falling off of my own chair, but she's worth it. But I found her in the middle of the road. 2019, she had heartworms and fleas, and now she has an RV that gets 9 miles per gallon. So she can go everywhere with me. She just went to 7 different states with me this last month. She went all over the country. She's a really great dog, but I love her so much that I couldn't even write a song about her without sobbing. So my friend Helene Cronin, who's one of my favorite songwriters in the entire world, she sat down and just started kind of writing this song. And she said, well, what would you say about her? And I said, it's not who rescued who for me. It's, I know that she rescued me. Like I was dating someone who was not great for me. I don't know. There was just a lot going on in my life. And as soon as I found this dog, everything in my life kind of fell into place. So I can blame all of it on a 13-pound Chihuahua. And so we started selling stickers with her face on it and pins with her face on it. And we donate 100% of each sale to local dog shelters. And we just started with one in New Braunfels and one in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I'm from. And now we rotate the money around because we've met so many amazing people. And a lot of people with shelters will come to shows or we'll do dog adoption events. And it's kind of become a thing with us. And it's so beautiful because it's not my money. I'm just filtering the money that other people give us because of my dog, which is so sweet. And so we've donated over $8,000 so far.
That is amazing. Well, let's take a listen to The Rescue.
I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't found me somewhere on the side of a highway, out there in the dead of night, staring down the headlights, answer to a prayer sent you my way. Both lost and lonely, broken and hungry, scared to death and starved for love. Was it just right place, right time, blind luck or grand design that introduced the two of us? My life's changed for the better every day since I met you. I know which one of us was the rescue. I wonder who you knew before, why you hate the sound of a slamming door. If you were kicked to the curb and left behind, how you can learn to trust again, let somebody in. You must have a story a lot like mine. Both lost and lonely, broken and hungry, scared to death and starved for love. Was it just right place, right time, blind luck or grand design that introduced the two of us? My life's changed for the better every day since I met you. I know which one of us was the rescue. I bought you a collar, I gave you a brand new name. You turned me around, taught me a heart could be saved. My life's changed for the better every day since I met you. I know which one of us was the rescue. I know which one of us was the rescue.
Well, last but certainly not least is a Christmas song that you did with Sarah Hobbs, which I love. And it really shows your silly side, which anyone that knows you knows is there and loves that about you. I know I love that about you. The song is called A Whiskey Christmas, and whiskey makes a cameo or several cameos in the video as well. What can you tell us about creating the song and working with Sarah Hobbs?
I was just texting Sarah before this podcast. That's one of my best friends, and we've written a lot of songs together. And I wrote this song on an airplane on a napkin, and I thought, well, I need an excuse to record a song with one of my best friends. And so Sarah and I recorded the song together, and then I thought, well, we should probably, take a whole day to hang out together. So we made a music video for this song, and it is hilarious. I haven't watched it in a long time, and I sent it to you and just started kind of. Because she is so funny. She's amazingly talented singer-songwriter, and she's beautiful, but she is the funniest person I've ever met in my life. So, it's just kind of like maybe the holidays are a little bit easier to get through if you have some whiskey. No shame in that game.
Not at all. Not at all. Or a little eggnog with the whiskey is always good.
Right.
Well, here is A Whiskey Christmas with Bri Bagwell and Sarah Hobbs and whiskey.
It's like a warm and fuzzy sweater, makes the good and bad both better. That's why I bring Rebecca Creek to holiday occasions. Whether you're this be a whiskey Christmas. Yeah, girl. Whether you're sitting right next to us or not even in Texas, just pour some in a glass and drink it with us. You're invited, get excited. Everything will be alright if you let this be a whiskey Christmas.
Okay, so honestly, I just want to go out and have one drink. Like, one, just one. Okay. Look me in the eye, like, I just want to have one. Okay. One this time. You know what happened last time? I know. No, I need you to help me. Like, you have to be responsible for me only having one drink. And I'll be responsible for you having one drink. Okay.
Makes us laugh a little louder and stand a little prouder. She's sweet, but don't doubt her. Yeah, she is. Oh, Rebecca. Let this be a whiskey Christmas. Now, Bri, you know that Ranger makes us cut up like a new pair of scissors.
So a few Christmas questions for you. So what is your favorite Christmas dish that you just can't live without?
It's so funny because my family, we're not super traditional. We don't do turkey on Thanksgiving or ham at we love steak and crab legs. We have steak and crab legs for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So this sounds ridiculous, but if I don't have like my crab legs on Christmas, I get grumpy. And so I would say, as weird as that is, that's our time to eat some really good seafood.
Sounds good to me. And do you have a favorite Christmas movie that you watch every year?
We always watch Elf. It doesn't get any better than that. And my mom's been on a kick of like playing videos of me singing when I was a little girl and showing Paul embarrassing videos that she's found of me. So there's some Christmas program plays that my mom now plays every Christmas. So I'm actually saying this knowing she's going to hear it. Mom, stop playing the embarrassing videos of me during Christmas.
Speaking of which, those that are going to watch this on the YouTube channel, you're going to get the treat of some pictures that Bri has sent us, that you've sent us, not your mom. So they're approved by Bri Bagwell, and you'll get a chance to see those as a little extra something special on the YouTube channel. Well, we know you've got some shows coming up in December for Christmas, including a very desert Christmas. And those shows are going to be throughout December at the Post in Fort Worth, December 17th and 18th. And as we talked about earlier, at the Do-Si-Do Big Barn in the Woodlands, Texas on December 19th. And I will be there on the 19th. So anyone that wants to come out and see Bri, you can come see me too. And I'm nowhere near as famous, but I'll act like it. And
whatever. No, you're a podcaster now. You got fans, you got groupies. Do you need security at my show?
Yes.
I can have that arranged.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. And are you going to do the drinking game? Wasn't somebody's birthday and you did your drummer's birthday the one time and you did something fun like that. So that was pretty cool. You had to drum with one hand or something, right? And then drink.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. You never know at a Bri Bagwell show. But this one I'm bringing my friends Josh Greider, Christy Greider, and Drew Kennedy, and we're going to song swap. And I know the Fort Worth shows are almost sold out, and Do-Si-Do is well on its way. So please get tickets now because we really want to sell it out. It's such a fun venue, and they are some of my absolute favorite songwriters and singers. So it'll be fun. We'll cook up something to get the audience to drink. We always do.
And it's a great venue at Do-Si-Do. I'm not familiar with the Post. I'm sure it's a wonderful venue as well. But Woodlands is right down the street from me. So it's dinner and a show. That's what I love about it. You can get dinner there as well. And it's a really, really good time. So please help resell out that show on December 19th. You've also got your new music out, including the 15th #1 chart topper for you in Texas, which is unreal. Hit the Highway. Where can people find that and all of your music?
Yeah, well, I'm on everything you listen to. So I just did a bunch of liners for Pandora. I'm on Apple Music. Spotify, of course, is what promoters and venues look at. So if you have Spotify, please add us to your playlist. It really, really helps, and follow us on there. But if you go to bribagwell.com, BRI Bagwell.com, it has links to my podcast, has links to my Patreon, which is basically my fan club, kind of the same idea. I know you have a thing. You can donate $5 a month. And I use all that money to record new music. So keeping my music as independent as possible, which is a tough thing to do. I've had to turn down. So I've turned down a couple record deals lately, which feels insane. But until I'm finding the right thing for me, I'm owning all my own music and using the money from that. But yeah, Instagram, TikTok, I think I have all the things. Wherever you enjoy, Facebook, whatever, I'm there.
And if somebody wants to book you for an event, they can do that through your website as well?
Yes, I have an agent on there. That's who my meeting's with after this. So I'm fully prepared now to go meet with. I have an awesome agent out in Nashville, and my PR team's also out of Nashville. It's a bunch of women who just fight for me all day long, every day. And they are also on my website, my radio promoter, all that good stuff. But I just want to say that just because I couldn't do anything I do without this amazing team that I've kind of finally built after a long time of doing almost everything myself. I finally have a really good team around me, and it feels lovely. We got to celebrate the wins when we can.
I totally agree. And anything else you'd like to share with our audience before we go today?
No, but I mean, I just want to say that you're a great podcaster, and you should be very proud of yourself for what you've built. And this is very cool. And I live right on the train tracks, and I grew up living right on the train tracks, and I hear the train. You probably heard it go by 2 or 3 times. And I love trains. And I had a bunch of conductor friends that tell me they like to write songs while they're in the train. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. So big fan over here. Thank you so much for having me. It was a total blast.
Thank you. And it was worth the year-long wait to have you on, my friend. So love you. Love what you're doing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I will see you. Actually, I'll see you at Do-Si-Do December 19th. And hopefully everybody listening will too. We're going to load that place up.
I love it. Thanks for your help.
My pleasure. And now we're going to jump into my 2 cents. As I say every year, Christmas is about giving of ourselves to others. There are so many ways you can give. It's not all monetary, because no, not all of us can afford to do that, but it's about your time. You can volunteer at your local church, your favorite charity, local food pantry, and so much more. Trust me, it's a gift not only to them, but to you as well. Speaking from experience, I can tell you it gives me nothing but joy doing these things, volunteering at church throughout Christmas and volunteering with the different charities that I'm a part of. I think maybe it may actually help me more than them. So find some fulfilling way of giving your time this Christmas and helping others and giving back to your community. It's just time. And that's my 2 cents. So I have no FEMSA updates this month because we're giving them Christmas off. I'm kidding. I'm sure they're working now that the government's back in full swing. But I'm leaving them alone for Christmas and let them enjoy their time with their families and friends. And I'll reach back out to them for our next episode. And we do have another episode coming up for the end of the year. We have an amazing special guest. I'm very, very proud to have this guest come on the show. So stay tuned for that. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I also want to talk about real quick, some training stuff that you guys can do. So we've had several guests on our show, the Cog Railway in Broadmoor up in Manitou Springs, Colorado Springs. Please go check them out. They're doing all kinds of fun stuff for Christmas. The Galveston Railway Museum here in Galveston is doing Polar Express and different things like that. And the Illinois Railway Museum in Illinois is also doing a bunch of stuff fun for Christmas, including a Polar Express and things like that. So there's plenty of places you can go Google and see what's closest to you. But please spend your time there this Christmas. Have some fun. Enjoy some trains. I know they would appreciate it, and you and your family will as well. And with that, I say God bless. Make it a great day, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for joining us on the American Railroading Podcast. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you have a topic you'd like us to cover on a future episode or want to support or sponsor the show, please visit our website at AmericanRailroading.net. Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on the American Railroading Podcast.